Hey boys and girls, how you doing? I just wanted to give you a bit of a challenge this week. Your writing has been looking amazing. I can see you growing as writers right before my eyes each and every week. I'm so proud of how well you're doing. Now, you've been describing your setting and your characters so well that I think you're ready for this challenge, okay? So listen up. This week, I want to start a little bit of figurative language and see how we do, okay? Now, figurative language is used to describe things in better detail so that we form a picture in the reader's mind of what's going on in our story. And this week I want to try similes, okay, boys and girls? And a simile is a kind of word that compares two things using the words like or as. So I'm going to give us a few examples. Now, we may have heard about this in school before, and if we have, that's awesome. Okay, it's just a little review. But if we haven't, I want to give us a few examples so we can try and use them this week. So as we get ready to write chapter 4, and you're thinking about all the cool things that you're going to do in that, you might want to add a simile or two. Okay, so if your character is really busy, and chapter 4 is going to be a very busy kind of a chapter, we might want to say your character is as busy as a bee. Okay, because bees in nature, they're really busy insects, aren't they? So you could say maybe Keith, he's one of our characters, maybe he was as busy as a bee. And right there I've used a simile. See how easy that is? Or I might want to say that one of my characters is very brave. But I need to compare that to something if I'm using a simile. So maybe I could say that Keith was as brave as a lion, because a lion is known for being a very, very brave animal. So I could say Keith was as brave as a lion. There's another simile right there in my writing. Now, maybe I'm trying to hunt for the clue and it's really a hard one to figure out, but I finally figure it out. So I don't want to say my character is really smart because that's kind of boring. So maybe I could say that Keith was as wise as an owl. As wise as an owl. Okay, because owls are known for being very intelligent creatures. You see how that just describes it up even more? Now, we can also use a simile using the word like to compare two things using the word like. So we could talk about them going to eat. A lot of us had our characters going to like a pizza place or an ice cream shop. And we could say that our character, when they're eating, maybe they eat too quickly and they make a big mess. So we could say that maybe Keith, I'm going to keep with the character of Keith right there. We could say maybe Keith eats like a pig. Isn't that funny? Because pigs are known for being very sloppy and messy when they eat. So I could use the words like to compare those two things, okay? Now, I could say when they're looking for the clue, they've really got to focus in on what they're doing and have awesome eyesight and great attention to detail. So maybe I could have my character of Keith, okay? He could have eyes like a hawk. Okay, there's a simile right there. He has eyes like a hawk. Because hawks in nature, they're known for their awesome eyesight and their ability to see prey for miles away. So as they're searching for the treasure, they could have eyes like a hawk. And just like that, I've added a simile in there. Okay, or maybe characters in my story are having an argument. Okay, maybe they're having some difficulty in this chapter because they're frustrated. Okay, so I could say that they were fighting like cats and dogs. Like cats and dogs. And that would be a great way to put an example of a simile into my story. Now, before you go and do that, okay, before you go and add some similes, you don't have to use the ones Mrs. Walker said, but you're going to need to find some examples. So maybe before you log into Boomwriter or after, because remember we have Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday, you could do an internet search, okay? You could Google it. You could type in simile examples for kids, okay? And then it will give you lists of similes that you could add to your story. And you could find the one that you like the best. Okay, so that's what I suggest, that you type in simile examples for kids. And it will just give you lists and lists of awesome similes that you could add to your story. Okay, now I'm going to spell simile for you because it's kind of a tricky one. Okay, so simile is spelled like this. Get ready. S-I-M-I-L-E. Okay, I'm going to spell that for you again, okay? S-I-M-I-L-E. So somewhere in chapter 4, anywhere you want to, try and put at least one, just one. Now if you can do 2, that's fabulous. You could do 1 using the word like and another one using the word as. But since it's our first week doing similes, you could just do 1. It's your chapter, whatever you feel comfortable with. So I'd like to see a simile in there this week, okay? That would be awesome. So thank you for rising up to the challenge and taking on new tasks and being just incredible writers. I love that about you. You guys have a great week, and I'll be talking to you soon, okay? Bye.